idea of Sipa Gurus is really kind of a fun idea. It's kind of a different idea, but it's really kind of a very natural idea. Rather than look at the conference as a series of tracks, which is how we've traditionally looked at the Sipa conference, we really started to look at the conference as an idea of what's the conversation we want to have and who do we want to have this conversation with. So rather than looking at the conference as marketing, looking at the conference as a track of editorial, as a track of electronic, etc., we really said, what do we want to talk about and who do we want to talk about this with? And from that point forward, it really became a natural idea to sort of identify some industry gurus and say, lead us in a direction. Tell us what the conversation is in the year 2010. And that's how we ended up with this idea of Sipa Gurus who are driving the conversation. And that's how the whole conference really came together. And you're talking about some of the best and the brightest minds in the industries. They literally are the gurus of the industries. You're talking about Cindy Carter. You're talking about Greg Craybill. You're talking about Dan Oswald. You're talking about Stephanie Eidelman. You're talking about David Foster. You're talking about Don Nicholas. You've got Bob Coleman running the roundtables. And of course, sitting at my right-hand side as we put this entire conference together is Matt Salt. So you're really talking about some of the best and the brightest in the industries, the people who are driving the conversation. Trust me, Google them. They are the ones who are innovating in this industry. And so when you let them loose and you don't put them in the parameters of you've got a track and you need to stick in this narrow track and you can only have this conversation in this narrow vertical, you find that they take the conversation in very, very interesting places. And that's where we've ended up with the breakout sessions this year, is that by taking them outside of this very narrow vertical, we've allowed them to let the conversation move in a lot of different directions. And that's why you'll find that our breakout sessions cross into a lot of new and exciting spaces, new and exciting places, and allow for a much richer, deeper conversation, all of which will benefit you because you're going to walk away with a lot more information, a lot more that you can take back to your desk, a lot more that you're going to take back to your business that's all going to add to your bottom line.